Hi everyone, my name is Ahmed and you are watching Jagu Studio YouTube channel. So today we are going to create this reptile skin shader in Blender. This will work in Eevee and Cycles both. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So to start with, I'm going to add a color ramp node here and plug it into this base color. Now we are going to need a Voronoi texture and plug that distance into this color ramp node. Now if you guys have node wrangler add-on enabled, you guys can select this texture and press Ctrl plus T on your keyboard to get these mapping nodes. And I am going to use object coordinates instead of this generated, and maybe I can add subdivision surface modifier and then shade smooth. Okay, now change the feature output to distance to edge. Now you guys can see we have this, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this color to green kind of color, and then I'm going to add a bump node to get some bump here. Now I'm going to plug this bump node into this normal texture or normal section, and I'm going to take this Voronoi texture and plug it into this height section. Now for now you guys will see nothing because we have to play with this distance value. So I'm going with the distance value of 1, or maybe I'm going to decrease it to something like this. Yeah, 0.2 is working for me best. And now what I'm going to do is let me just press Alt and then right click. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a rerouter here. So press Shift plus A, and then in the layout you guys will see this rerouter. Take it and place this one here, and now I'm going to unplug it from here and then grab this one and plug it into this height section. And now I am just going to increase the scale value, and now we need multiple Voronoi textures. So what we can do is we can add a mix color node here, mix color node, and place it after this Voronoi texture. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this Voronoi texture and plug it into this B section. And for the mapping nodes we are going to use these ones. So I'm just going to plug this here, and we have this. Now if you guys increase the scale of this one, and now if we come here to this mix node, and now if we decrease or increase this mix color node, you guys, now if you guys look here, we have two patterns, a big one and a small one. If you are trying to make a lizard skin or even a leather, you are not going to have, I believe the word is uniform. It's not, all the sizing is not going to be uniform. Now we do have some random ones here as you guys can see, but for the most part they are all the same scale. And if you look at your skin, you guys can see there is a Voronoi pattern in your skin, but there is going to be various sized we are dealing with. So we actually have to we actually want to mix more than one size here, so that we can reveal some small ones and some big ones, so to make it look natural. So I'm just going to use our noise texture and then plug the mapping nodes here into this noise texture node, and then we are going to add a color ramp node. So a color ramp node, and now I'm just going to plug the factor into this color ramp node, and now I'm just going to select these and move them back. And now I'm going to plug this color ramp node into this mix shader. And okay, so now if you guys bring these closer, you guys can see we have this. So now as you guys can see, we are mixing these together. So okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to increase the scale of this one as well, so that it can match the other one's scale. And now what we can do is we can just increase the detail value of our noise texture to something like this, and you guys can see we are having this realistic, really cool reptile lizard skin shader. And maybe I can adjust these to get more and now what we have to do is we just have to play with our color ramp node. And let me just increase the scale, and we have this, as you guys can see. Maybe we can reduce the scale value. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select these mapping nodes and bring them here. Now I'm just going to hold shift and then press hold right click, and I'm going to do this so that we can add this rerouter here. And now what I'm going to do is I am just going to add a noise texture node here, and then I am going to add a mix color node, which was so now I'm just going to place it here. Then I am just going to plug these mapping nodes into this mix color node, and then maybe, and now now increase the detail value of our noise texture node to 12. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play with this factor value. So I'm just going to bring it up to something closer to 1, something around here, maybe 0.84 or 85, yeah, something kind of like this. You guys can play with these values to get your desired look. And now we have this lizard skin, as you guys can see. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this one here, and I'm just going to add another, this one, and place this one here. And now I am just going to play with these values, play with this color ramp node to get the look that I want. So maybe I can make it more lighter, maybe bright more, something like this. And now we have this, you guys can see here. Now if I switch to cycles, you guys will see a more good looking scene here, and you guys can see we have this. Now you guys can use this texture to wherever you guys want. You guys can use it to on dinosaurs, on lizards, on any creature that you guys want skin. Now you guys can use it wherever you guys want. So let me tell you guys how you guys can use it on your other project. So you guys have to first of all save this file. Make sure you have saved this file, then go ahead open a new blend file. Make sure to remember the location where you saved this blend file, your texture one. Now come to this file. I am just going to use this Blender Kit add-on to get our dinosaur model, and free first to get the free models, and I can use this one because all the others are paid. And for the materials, I'm just going to delete these materials. And then what you guys have to do is just come to file, then come to append. Then what you guys have to do is go to the location where you guys have saved this file, your material ones. So come here, I saved it here, and maybe I can search it, reptile shader. And now I'm just going to double click on this file, then come to this material section. Now you guys have to select the material, and in my case this is material 001. You guys can rename it if you guys want. The reptile skin, as you guys can see, I have renamed it. Now if I refresh it so now if I save the file, and then come here, refresh this page, you guys can see we have this reptile skin material. Now I'm just going to select it, then click on append to append this texture. Now what we have to do is just add a new material on it, then select this reptile skin material. That's it, you guys are done. Now a few things you guys would need to do is do some adjustment, like the color, however you guys want the color, do some adjustments, and then go ahead, render it. Now that's it. Maybe I can show you guys where. Now you guys just have to play with the color ramp node and the noise texture and the Voronoi texture nodes to get your desired look. You guys can see we have created this shader node in Blender. So yeah, if you guys have learned something, make sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.